Hey guys, hope you're having a great week so far. I mean, it just started, but in case you get the reference, basically, this is the first episode of Ghibli Week on the Atlas Shine channel. And today, of all days, is the best place to start it. It was exactly 41 years ago, back in 1985, when Miyazaki and Takahata, along with the producer Suzuki, acquired the Topcraft assets and started the Studio Ghibli brand, which, you know, some would consider that the rest is history type thing, but basically it was from that point forward that so many timeless classics, including today's topic, I Like My Neighbor Totoro, came from. In fact, it came about 3 years after the fact in '88, which is the year that I was born as well, so kind of hold it kind of near and dear with me a little bit. I believe also Grave of the Fireflies came out that same year, but that's not what we're talking about today. It's a nice rainy evening. We got our little raccoon figurine friend over here, and a little light. Me, personally, I wish it was a little bit smaller, but the closest reference I could find to it is kind of that one right there. Believe it or not, I looked all over the island for anything resembling a good spot to put the what's it called, the little bus stop looking thing, and I have so many of my own, but ultimately this is what we ended up settling for. So one of the cool things about My Neighbor Totoro, personally, I saw it twice before I seen it once. Let me put it that way. Basically, I went to I never saw it before I met my wife, and then we were kind of going through the different films, and I played it, and admittedly, I kind of fell asleep. Ooh, we got a guest. Let's check out who we got here real quick before I snitch on myself about how bad I am at watching movies. But basically, I kind of fell asleep. But who do we got here today? It's a koala. It's kind of a basic-looking koala, too. Hey, buddy, how's it going? It's a bunch of fun camping on this island. The air smells good, like food. I want to bite it, old bear. Oh, well. I mean, you got a donut, so you can save the air for the rest of us, buddy. It's kind of cute. Kind of gives me, like, Nick Jr. vibes. Like, he's, like, a character from that. Like, I could see my episode of Blue's Clues or something. Yeah, you adorable little koala. But, so we watched it. And I think we fell asleep, like, part of the way through. Like, I think it was, like, shortly after the main character has discovered the Totoro. But shortly after, I believe, is when I kind of fell asleep. But it's one of the weird things. Like, I feel like one of the cool things about Studio Ghibli films, and My Neighbor Totoro being, like, their flagship example of it, is that they can take a character who is, like, arguably speaking, borderline unlikable, and make you just be like, get you to sympathize with them. Like and it's one of those weird things. Like they really got it pegged for, like, sibling dispute. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. Is that they have two siblings, they show up, one's supposed to be more mature, and they're trying to be mature, but they're still immature, and then their younger sibling, who there is no such expectation, is just being kind of a turd, and so then they get upset, and they're like, I don't want to deal with this kid anymore, and then something happens to the kid, and then you realize that maturity isn't trying to project that sense of responsibility onto the people that you love, but rather being reliable to be that person who they kind of can call upon. Basically, it's an interesting take that I'm trying to work around on. It's basically they're almost always coming of age stories that are based around the idea of, didn't realize Red was there today, but based around the idea of, it's the call. It's not like, oh yeah, they have to be more mature. It's more like the life throws them a curveball that dictates that you kind of have to be more mature. And, like, they don't tell you until, like, later on in the movie that, like you see first, like, there's a father and the two daughters, and you don't really think too much about, like, oh, where's the mom at? But then when you find out where the mom's at, you just kind of, like, your heart is now, like, in your throat, and you're like, oh man. Like, all this is happening. It's a whole big adventure, and like these kids are going around and they're trying to not be a nuisance while also still trying to be children, basically. And their mom's in the hospital, and it's like I don't know how to describe it. It's just a really great movie. My bad if I spoiled anything about it. I try not to give like. I feel like the best way to describe a movie without giving spoilers is having like a threshold for spoilers. So like, I can tell you this and that occurs in the movie, but like as long as I avoid the major plot points. Hey Bianca, come on, fishing rod, do your job. You haven't caught anything. Yeah, that was bad voice. I'm sorry, my bad. Toolin's here too. Hey Toolin. Looking built, Gust. What's up? What's the latest? I'm not feeling this rain today. I'm gonna stick to indoor workouts, Gust. Okay, well, I see you got a little picnic basket though, so we'll agree to disagree. But try not to give too many. Basically, like the big spoiler, like something that huge that occurs like somewhere, like you know how a movie is. There's usually a movie's in 3/3, and then the first part is like the beginning. I feel like you can tell anybody anything from the first third of a movie because it sets the scene, it sets the vibe, it sets the everything that's going on. That is a wiggly worm over there. I don't think I'm going to catch this, but we're going to try it. Come here, little wormy worm. Sure, it's an eel, but what kind of eel? Is it a ribbon eel? I like how he looks down at the sand dollar, but like he's like perceiving like my actual feeling. I get anxious when I'm fishing in Animal Crossing when things are perfect, and when things are imperfect, it just gets even worse. TLDR, TLDR. The long and short of it is, I suck at fishing in Animal Crossing unless I have like full senses like all on. I have to like hear and feel everything that's going on. And when I record these videos, I typically, I don't have the hearing on. I can't hear what's going on. So I have a tendency of I'm getting anxious because like all I can do is go up based off what I see, and I'm so afraid that like my reaction is going to be off, that I'm going to brick. And then so basically what ends up happening is I just super psych myself out. And I'm sorry, guys. I know you want to expect more from me, and you should expect more from me. Maybe one day I will not let myself get so worked up on these things. But all in all, oh yeah, what I was saying was the first third of the movie, basically it's the scene is set. And then the second third of the movie is where it's oh, there's a frog here. Hey, buddy. Oh, guess this is one of those travel encounters. I've read about stuff like this. Exciting, eh? You're from here, right? Well, I'll be intruding for a bit, so get used to seeing me. I am what, Junior? You know, traveling solo means I go wherever the wind takes me, but I gotta admit it feels real nice to have a little stop and talk with the local gribbit. I don't know why. I think I assume French on frogs because like frog legs and stuff in escargot. But the second third of a movie is kind of where it's the build up, right? It's the build up, and I feel like you can kind of hint at that one. I feel like if someone has never seen a movie, you can tell them about the first third of the movie. If they have seen the movie, then you can tell them about the second third. And then you just never tell anybody about the last third of the movie because there's a transition point between the second third and the last third that basically it that's where the big ending shows up. And oh man, I know for a fact that's fake, but I mainly kind of came for these things. Holy goodness. I'm gonna need to get some money to buy the rest of them. Then I'm just gonna buy this big, this thing. Might be fake, but I mean, we'll find out in a second. I don't think it's supposed to have a lid on it, but I can find a use for the fake one. If not, so basically, yeah, that's my whole take on it. But so in saying that, I can tell you who the characters are in the movie, because like it kind of helps to know that, you know, there's the father, there's the two daughters, those are the main characters. The mother, she is like one of the large supporting characters, and then the Totoros are also like equally like main and support character, but they don't have any lines, so it's not like you're missing anything. But basically, if you've seen the Totoro, that is the Totoro. That's what they are. They're these giant fox raccoon looking creatures that, oh goodness gracious, if you the first time you watch it, when you first see the Totoro come on a screen, my warning to you is turn down the volume if your volume's naturally high. Like, when it yawns, it'll shake your windows if your volume is not at the right I was gonna say temperature, but just the right level. That's what I'm trying to say. It's just like, oh, like, I'd play it for you, but then, you know, I'd be no better than him, I guess. But let's see. I think we're just gonna go with the big pot looking thing, right? Seems good enough. I won't lie, an awful lot of folks have been asking me about buying that tremendous statue there. But maybe the price scared them off, so I'll sell it to you for, say, 4,980 bells. Deal of the summer, you win. Yeah, sure, whatever. Ha! You're not gonna regret this. I'll just take those bells from you. Yep, it's all there. Congratulations. You are now the proud owner of a tremendous statue. Been a pleasure doing business with you, cousin. I'll get your art packed up and shipped out tomorrow. So, weird question about the economy of Animal Crossing, real quick. Red buys stuff, or he sells you stuff for bells, right? So I gave him bells. But, like, I'm led to believe that the economy is kind of grounded on the island. So it all comes back to Nook. And, like, Nook and Red, to my knowledge, don't like each other. So, what's the point of obtaining currency that's backed by your arch rival? I could be wrong. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I've been led to believe. It just makes no sense. I feel like maybe it would be more reasonable if Red had, like, his own currency, maybe, which, you know, that combined with Pokey and also the hotel box, somebody might be saying, like, well, that's just too many different types of currencies. Like, yeah, but by modern standards, it's the average amount of currency. I'm just saying. I don't understand how Red works, but at least he goes the 9 yards and being shady about make sure that he escapes the town before he sends you your fake thing. But I digress. It's neither here nor there. I'm grasping at straws, but just the idea, the movie overall, it's really good, and it was so well received that basically the Totoro, the big one, is the de facto mascot of the Ghibli brand, and you can think of so many other movies other than My Neighbor Totoro. When you think of Studio Ghibli, a lot of people might think of stuff like, what's it called? Kiki's Delivery Service, House Moving Castle, Spirited Away. All of these are great movies. And that's the one thing that I love about Studio Ghibli, is that these are great movies. And they showcase that that's all they know how to do, is just do great movies all around. Like, even their worst movies probably are still good. There's some I haven't seen yet, like, I think one's called, like, Tale of Earthsea, or something about a turtle. But overall, from what I've seen, they all look like they're actually really good. So, but I digress. It's been a wonderful time that I got to spend with you guys. It's a nice little rainy evening. You guys are always fantastic. In case You didn't get the heads up. Basically, instead of doing 3 videos this week, we're going to do 5, probably 6 videos. Basically, what I'm going to do is each day I'm going to dedicate to talking about, like today, a little bit of My Neighbor Totoro, my top 5 favorite Studio Ghibli films, and then the 6th day will be probably just in general, I like Studio Ghibli, and I'm going to go over some of the kind of runner-ups, the ones that you might think of that like, oh wow, how can you leave that off your list? It's a top 5 list, and I can acknowledge when a movie is good, and I'll give it its flowers on that last day. But until then, it's been a great week. If you like My Neighbor Totoro, feel free to like and tell me in the comment section what's your favorite thing about My Neighbor Totoro. And if you happen to dislike it, please, I still love to hear from you. Let me know down below as well. If you enjoy this type of time that we get to spend together, feel free to subscribe so you can catch up with us next time. But until next time, I will see you next time. Remember, life is about making mistakes and making memories. Nobody's perfect, and that's just how it goes. You guys, take care.